spinal cord problem. L5S1 there is a problem, and there is a slip disc. And the problem start when my right leg is not start. My right leg is start leaving the work. It's a very painful exercise. So he has given me some painkillers, medicines to recover. Still 2.5 months, the pain has not been recovered. Still paining on my right leg, sometime in the left leg. And in 2016, doctor suggested me this knee replacement. But I take the second opinion from the doctor. He told me, "Hey, you are so heavy. If I replace your knee, then you have to come after 6 months to replace another next replacement. So you reduce the weight. I am 125 at that time. Now I am 93. So knee replacement is not done till 8 years. This spinal cord problem start newly on 12th January 2025. And the right leg is paining like anything. I'm doing physiotherapy. I'm taking the chemicals also, but it's not subsidized yet. So what is your suggestion, sir?
So, like, I think there are two questions, Dr. Shan.
Yeah.
Can a slip disc be addressed with the techniques that you know? And the other one is whether the knee replacement is necessary. So these are two really questions here.
Okay. So I'll also give you the disclaimer that what I'm suggesting is from an alternative perspective, and Siddha or myself are not responsible for the decisions that you're making, because you need to consult your doctor. But here is the experience that we have from our own traditional knowledge. So if you look at, today what you really want is you're going for linear approach. Linear approach may work for smaller problems. What's a linear approach? So this is the problem, this is the solution, this is the root cause. That approach, right? So it is a very certain things linear can approach. You have a cold, you do something, and the cold gets, you can inhale some vapor and you're fine with the cold. Most of the time it will go away, or that if it doesn't go away, you will do 2, 3, and 3 or 4, something will work out. For this kind of problems, you have to go compound model. What is a compound model? So linear model is going straight line, up, right? And looking deeper, like into what is the one root cause. But here we are looking compound model. How many things are contributing to one, right? A problem doesn't happen immediately. So you have an heart attack, means heart attack doesn't happen immediately, right? So the solution is also not immediate. So the 360-degree approach is very important, like how we can see like what are the things that you did wrong, how you can fix this, right? So you have to look at like how you sleep, what is the posture that you sleep, and do we do any exercises, right kind of exercises for the body. And if the upper weight of the body is, can your the legs handle them? So there is a measurement you can do. So you take this, this is called a span, John, right? One Shan. So one span. So you're, below the, cage, like the rib cage, it should be 4. If it is not 4, you need to work out upper body. It has to go four, sir. So you can do this, so you do this, and then it
It is
should be
six. It is six. It is six, sir.
6 means you have a huge problem. That means you have 2 hands size, span bigger than what you should have. So upper body, you need to work out for the upper body. There are certain
Okay.
exercises that you do to upper body, because even if you do anything right now, your upper body will give problem. Then you can try marma. We give some courses on marma. I suggest you to take some courses on the marma with us, or if you have anybody in India, you can take also, because you are go travel to the south, you will get lot of marma doctors are there. You can go learn with them. But we teach online and very effective marma also. So you can make your decision, but marma can fix the problem, your problem, right? Marma with massaging and marma can fix your problem. Number one. Second thing is like every replacement also for your knee replacement, there is no need as such like a replacement. Naturally, as long as even broken bones are fixed in marma therapy, which means if the bone is not out of the body, as long as the bone, if it is in even pieces, there are techniques to fix in 1 hour. 3 marma points, you just fix that, and then you can do 3 kind of herbs they use, and there are techniques to even fix that, right? Certain techniques you can even, there are higher techniques where you can, broken bones can be healed also. So that kind of very powerful techniques are there. So your knee, as long as you have the knee, you have to do the marma points and it will work out. But remember, the upper body weight is very, very important. So just by replacing another thing, it will not solve your problem. You need to work on your upper body weight. There are many asanas that you do in the yoga asana that can reduce the upper body weight alone.
Dr. Shan, would you say for a case like this, a person like this, because there could be other complexity inside the body when you analyze it, would it be best for him to go through like a personal consultation with you or another Murma expert in India, even Mumbai? I mean, there's a lot of people from South India said that they might be there. We can find, but of course,
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, these all need to be, there's an alternative solution. What I'm saying is there is a solution. So these are some things I'm giving you from on top of that. So you just have to really look into people who can work with you. Okay, we'll be open to work with you online, but if you want to physically go and do something, that's also fine. It will work for you. Okay.
Can I have your number, doctor, please?
Yeah, you have it. No, you can email you can share your email here and my WhatsApp number.
Can you share your WhatsApp number? Can you tell me your WhatsApp number, please?
we will share his contact. We will share how to contact him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
In the chat, right?
Yeah.
Move on to the next question. Andy Lai, he wants to learn more about your lineage, your ancestors,
Yeah.
grandparents. I mean, what? I mean,
Yeah.
is it a Siddha lineage or from?
So we are like I was born in a very, very different way, So what I mean is like when I was young, we got introduced, when I was a little, when I was inside my mother's room, right? When I was the zygote formed, my mother got an intuition, So two things happened. My parents used to eat non-vegetarian food. So, somehow it happened, my grandparents, they used to, my motherly side, one of my, my grandfather was very sick. He doesn't eat. My grandmother started to. So that came my in mother side. So my mother, but when she listened to one, learned some from one master, this is not a good idea. So when I was born, she took that idea, right? And she stopped eating the meat, stopped eating meat. And but so what they did was, I was an accident baby. Right? They had already two children. I'm the third one. So my mom went to, to dissolve me. So she goes to the doctor, and then, she lies down and put all the wire. Then she thinks about this, why should I am not eating even the meat because of this bomb, little one is born. Now 2 months I wanted to dissolve this. That's bigger killing, right? So killing a human. So she decided, she tried to do some herbal, thing also to kill me. Right? But it didn't work out. So she went to the doctor. So then she, decides, oh my God, I'm not going to do this. This is what the guru said. And she then goes and, does everything. See, there's something called Thiruvarpa. Thiruvarpa is like the Aushushuta, Sharaka, right? The Thiruvarpa is like a very, one of the sage scientist, Sri Ramalinga Ramalinga Adigalar. Vadalar is a sage scientist. You can look at Ramalinga Adigalar. I can give you Ramalinga Adigalar. You can Google, right? Ramalinga Adigalar. So Ramalinga Adigalar comes in a different form. He appears in my mom's, to her in a very inner, astral body. So that's how we got connected. And then, they decided not to go for, surgery. So she comes back, abortion. Okay. So she comes back for abortion, but now she's scared something might happen. So she started to reading 24/7. That book, Thiruvarpa. It's called Thiruvarpa. And so Thiruvarpa, actually, what happened? Same time, my aunt, my father's sister, she was also, carrying, 2 months, right? She's carrying for 2 months. And, we start, then she gets my mom gets a dream where there is, Hindu god Shiva Shakti comes, both of them come. And there is somebody called, so their kid, first one is called Ganesha, right? Ganesha is next to them, but the Kartikeyan is missing. Okay. So Kartikeyan is in the hand of Shiva, and so to Parvati, my aunt asks, it's my mother's dream, right? Give me a baby. They said, no, I won't give you a baby. Then my mother says, they give it to my mother. So she doesn't know what this means, right? She sees something, but after 8 months, 8.5 months, 9 months, this baby, my aunt get that is dead. At the same time they conceived. And then I got born. So now she relates this, like she didn't get the baby, but I got the baby. So who is this? So Ganesh, so they put me the name, the second Kartikeya's name is Shanmuga. So that's why I got my name, Shanmuga Murthy. So they named after that. Okay. So my basic, my lineage, if you look at, it's all Valalar. The Valalar is the sage scientist. He stays in different form from a young age. I started my meditation when I was 5 years old. I need to wake up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning and do like 5 minutes meditation with a lamp, and I loved it. It's not about all my conditions, not that my the same environment. I don't think so. My brother liked it. He didn't like it. Then my parents were strict and other things, but I loved it, enjoyed it, right? So that's how. And then after certain age, when I was 18, I got 17, 18, 16, 16 and after, like 11th grade, I think. Yeah, 11th grade. I got introduced to another guru where the Valalar lived in that guru for 10 years. It's called Vedatri Maharishi. So Valalar went in astral body, lived in that guru. It's called Vedatri Maharishi. So I got, today I'm in actually silent retreat. I'm doing the retreat for the students of Vedatri Maharishi only. So, so there he introduced, the Kundalini Yoga, like completely, this is how you have to do Kundalini Yoga. So we started Kundalini Yoga. And then I got a master from the same tradition, but he is from Kerala. He was living in my village in Nilgiris. He just, asked to keep your hand like this. And after the meditation, he will, shoot a electrical signal here, 6 feet away from that. I'll get electrical shock. So that's how I was fascinated by Marma. So then I wanted to learn Marma, like, what is this? How can you do this? Modern science doesn't have any answer. How is this possible? So I wanted to explore. And then I started to work on the Kundalini energy. And then I was doing some things that, instead of doing the passing the energy, I got something else out of it. I did the experiment, but I got more miraculous experiment. Kundalini through induction. Number one, I did through induction. That means Kundalini was raised through touch by my Guru Vedatri Maharishi, but I did without touching. Me, because I was in abroad and a lot of people have complications, when they can sue people when they touch somebody. So I don't have to. Number one. The second thing, I also started to do remote. It's called a Meithinda Kalavarmam. Meithinda Kalavarmam is a part of Varma. It's like an astral telepathic Varma. So you can do it from far away, right? So I got that thing also started to work. So, so once I started to work on this, I have to keep close to the patient and I started to work with them. They started to sense this energy within them after few, sessions. So that's how, healing started to happen. And I use that for healing modes. So this is the lineage we are talking about. Valala, whether this is Siddha. So if you look at Valalar, he goes back, Tirumula, Manikavasagar, those kind of scientists. Tirumular is one of the, and then it goes to Agasthyar, Tiruvallur. This is the whole lineage of Siddha tradition. Right? This is a very, very different thing. In Siddha tradition, they didn't talk about any gods, god worship, physical god worship, nothing. They only abstract science. Everything is abstract science. They only thought what is consciousness, how energy particles came from consciousness, how, Panchabhutas worked out. There is no concept of God at all in the Siddha tradition. That's what different that I learned. From the more, I learned also the Hindu Vedic sciences. When I was a very small area, I used to go to the Vedic sciences. I was like a sannyasi, like I used to do all the brahmacharya work. There I learned some Vedanta and other things, Vedanta subjects. But this was totally different. Totally different. They do not talk about these things. And it was very universal also. It doesn't, it can fit into any religion, anywhere, anybody in the world can practice. So that's the thing, yeah.
So there's another question, Dr. Shan, is from Bala. Bala is asking, what is stress and what physical techniques we can adapt to avoid stress? I assume stress is not just getting angry or frustrated, or is it?
Uh, so let us see, let's see stress in different level. So, OCD. OCD is what to do next. So if you're a pitta type of person, like a fire, the fire quality is very local and operation it is very fast. They want to see what's the next point. Shan is talking, Dr. Shan is talking, coming to the point. Come to the point. Why are you going around? That's the mind they will have. Now, as you're listening, you will do that. So that's the OCD thing that will give you stress. If you're in the pitta, that kind of stress will be there. What is this? You're not coming to the point, what's the next point? Pitta type of stress. Vada type of stress is like you can take to the ride, like you do a lot of things like air philosophy, you take them to a ride, you can, somebody can, I was in, when I got really, married in the beginning, I used to take my wife for a ride, she's a very pitta type. I used to go like, okay, wait for the bus. I'm taking more, what you could bandwidth. Vada can take bandwidth, high bandwidth, but pitta cannot. But then you get lost and you get stressed out because you don't know what to do. Like air, you get lost. You don't know where you are, right? Kapha can be stressed out, stone. You don't know what to move. You're not ready for change. That readiness for not change will keep everything within you. So you need to, all body types, you need to understand what body type you are. And accordingly, you will have to work out like if you're a pitta type, you need to expand, you have to do like expansion meditation, and you have to broaden up your things. You should understand what other people are about. Do not assume that everybody is like in these body types, everybody assumes that everybody will have to be like this. We describe things like this. Why are you doing this? Why is your slide like this? It has to come in order. So that is one type. Other type will be thinking the slide, only one slide will be there. Kapha type, why remain not make. Vada will have like 40, 50 slides. Same thing only, right? 40, 50 slides will be there. They'll keep on explaining everything, not coming to the point. So you need to have a balance of this. So stress really doesn't exist. If you understand your body type, you can easily solve, like, okay, this is my body type, this is what I have to do, then you will not have that kind of a stress,
So Bala has continued another question, which is says he has diabetes and sugar levels always seem to be about 200 plus. Is this a Vata disorder? Can you eat
Well, it's a
baked peanuts?
Pitta disorder, you can say, both can get. So diabetes, right? So diabetes, what do you see? How do you see this? So it is mostly, see, anything that is related, diabetes will be a diet problem, number one. Second one is also how these two is very important. So most people, diabetes people, like fast eaters, eating, fast eating. The quality of eating is very important. How you eat matters. Chewing and eating. And, if you chew and eat, almost 40% of diabetes is gone. If you chew well and dissolve with the bodhaka kapha, because we have the saliva is called the bodhaka kapha, that bodhaka kapha component need to mix. Then only juice comes. When does diabetes happen? If your saptadhatu, 7 types of tissues are not converting properly, you will have diabetes. including cholesterol also. In cholesterol, additional component from extra outside takes place. Here in diabetes, you don't even existing things will not function properly, right? Then intake of lot of sugar means people think that sugar means I'm not eating any sweet. How does diabetes come? White rice, maida, right? Wheat based, potatoes, all these are sugar. So sugar means sweetness. In ancient science, sweet means doesn't mean, you will have to have a sweet jangri or, Indian sweets kind of, no. Sweet as every vegetable, every fruit has all the 6 tastes. So something dominate. So dominating, if you're not taking, say, most pitta, the diabetes happens because those people do not take bitter taste much. From if you look at a certain age, little when you were little, you have never taken a bitter taste. Like they don't like pavaka. Like pavaka is like karela, because it is bitter. Or greens, So you need to take more of green, right? So that's how you need to, so and you change, so replace with all the unrefined, go for unrefined things, unrefined food, right? With fiber, you remove the fiber, polished, you go for polished rice. Even polished millet will get a problem. Millet is a good for, blood and all they have investigated, but, blood sugar, but it can also becomes a problem when you are polishing. So this is the whole thing. So if you get into, there are Siddha linear methods. If you say, you take some fenugreek, so this is a linear method, right? If you're a beginner, linear method. How do just one method? Take fenugreek, soak in, wash it, then you tie it, in a cloth, cotton cloth, and then it'll sprout in 48 hours. In 48 hours, the fenugreek has the bitter and but it will also sweet, becomes sweet. When the
Dr.
sweet
Shan, your
and bitter
internet
combine,
froze.
it becomes medicine. My internet froze.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
I
think,
am sorry because I'm in a retreat center. It may be a little slow here,
maybe that's
but where did I stop? Where did I stop?
fenugreek. You were talking about fenugreek. You soak it in a
Yeah, yeah.
cloth and
So fenugreek soak, and and then you sprout it. You can sprout the fenugreek. If you tie it in a cotton cloth, sprout 48 hours, and 48 hours you can take 1 teaspoon. In the early morning, right? So early morning, if you for 2 days, then you will create another batch. Don't do the same thing, store and do it. It'll go from bitter to more sour and all. So that particular sweetness with bitter is a medicine. But this medicine, will this alone work? It's a linear method. It might work for some people if it is a beginning, but not necessarily for everyone. Yes. What's the
that
next
is where people
question?
need to go a little bit more in depth, right? So there's another question,
Yes.
interesting question
They
is
have to
asking, can you eat
understand.
peanuts? Can you eat baked peanuts? Baked, I mean, probably roasted peanuts. With diabetes, can you eat roasted peanuts? Would it aggravate vata, the peanuts,
See,
driving it?
whatever you do, it's not about it. This is a pitta disorder, right? Pitta vada, you can say disorder. So suppose you are a body type, you're a pitta body type, and you have a pitta, you can have a pitta vada kapha disorder. So overall, if you have a pitta person, you should, first balance the pitta in you. Automatically, other problems will solve. So if you're overdoing that, and then particularly if you have a vada that sometimes, for example, my pitta vada are almost same. I'll tell you example, right? My Pitta and Vata are very close. So sometimes I behave like Pitta. So say my Pitta is 40 out of 100, right? My Vata is 40, Pitta is 38, and then I have 22 my Kapha, right? So these two, this is called Prakriti. When you're born with this called Prakriti. We are naturally born with the components of the ratios of Vata, Pitta, Kapha ratios, the elements that are given by nature. It's called Prakriti. Now, these two, 38 can become 40, 41 when I do something excess through my food or my habit. That's called Vikruti. That can aggravate. And I behave like temporal, like a Pitta, very sharp, on to the point, etc. Right? So you have to keep the variation. So I have to balance. If I am a Pitta person, if I am a Vata person, I should balance my Vata only. I have to keep that 40 as 40. What was given by nature, I should keep. If I aggravate the 40 into 50, 60, then I will have problems. If my 40 becomes like 50 then Vata disorder will be very high. The most likely of that person's personality, if I'm a body type of Vata, more disorder only will be mostly high. But I can also get a Pitta disorder. As long as
Breaking up. You're breaking up.
what is nature, you will have to address that particular thing. Yes. Yes.
Right. So I have put down Dr. Shan's email address, immortalshan@gmail.com, and also his phone number. And also, Vinisha has put in the WhatsApp groups. Dr. Shan has a WhatsApp community. You can join it. So there's a link here. You can click on it and join. Let's see, any other question? And by all means, if you want to verbally ask a question, please go ahead and unmute yourself and you can ask a question. Again, Andy Lai has here.
It's a
So
immortal Shan@gmail.com. It's a email of the doctor, sir. Doctor.
Yeah,
Yes, Dr. Shan.
you can.
Okay, so Andy Lai has, so Dr. Shan, Andy
Yes,
Lai
my
has some
email
more.
is yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I will answer now.
How did you
So
come
you
to
can
know
do.
Ishanath? He is the guru that sent me to you because his Christian followers tend to throw me out of church as a follower of Siddha, but somehow he does not discriminate me at all when I first met him when I was 2 years old. Who is he in the Siddha tradition and what do you know about him?
Well,
He is my first guru that I met before I met you.
yeah. Well, I have the name look very familiar, but I really don't remember the guru. But a lot of people in the Siddha tradition, they know me. They give references. So I have some people, some guru told, and then they come to the United States and, they contact me. This particular guru from Kerala, he send it to you, send me to you. In fact, these are not like connections through physically. We don't know them physically, but somehow there is some connections, some astral connections that sometimes it works that way. Yeah. The second question, I want to learn how Siddha or Rishis deal with tamasic people. So there is, anyways, whether you are Vatik, Satvik people or, Rajasic, it doesn't really matter because the main thing is that for healing to happen, that person only has to open up. So I used to tell the triangular model. In triangular model, you have a system, you have a healer, and then the patient, right? The receiver. So in these three things, say you can change two things, but still it'll work. Say for example, you have a healer that is good, right? Healer like you could be a modern, it could be a
Again, breaking
modern
up.
system, a modern system. Yes, it's breaking up. Yeah, I'll just wait.
It's okay. You're okay now, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you have a modern doctor, right? A modern doctor, and you have a modern system, and the healer, the receiver is believing in. My grandmother used to receive, she believed in one modern doctor. He's very good, very energetic doctor, right? But my grandmother believed in so much that he will go and he just put a water injection, and grandma got cured, right? So this is how he does. She lived like 98. My maternal grandmother, paternal grandmother. My maternal she's live, now she's 100. She celebrated last month. But the idea is that because she believed, the patient believed, and the system, the doctor was a conscious system, even though the system, allopathic system is not the most holistic system, but still it will work because of these two components. Same way, you can have a Siddha system, Ayurveda Siddha system, holistic system, and then you can have a person, a Siddha doctor, but he is very money-minded, or he's not like holistic. He doesn't do meditations or anything. And the person here believes in the Siddha system, still it will work. The reason, because the medical system comes from the Siddhas. So the blessings are there, and he believes in the system, is not on the doctor, right? So it will work. Okay, now we have the best one. You have a Siddha holistic, Ayurveda Siddha holistic system. You have a holistic doctor who meditates, who is very highly energetic, but he also knows the Ayurveda completely. But the patient is blocked. Then it will not work out. So mostly the receiving end, if the patient is blocked, then the healing will not happen. So blocked means it's a tamasic energy only. So even a sattvic person can be tamasic if he doesn't have the knowledge on this. So that's very important.
So anybody else has any questions? Otherwise, I have one question. So Dr. Shan, you have in your different classes and webinars, you've shown a technique where you put an index finger in the third eye region, right? Is that a healing technique, or is that something that you practice to improve your meditation? What does that technique do?
Well, touching any organ in our body, like any points, such as this point, for example. See, in our Indian tradition, always, men or women, they used to wear the different things, vibhuti, the kumkum, all these things. This is not a religious practice. It's not a religious. I mean, it is religious because it is, followed by a certain community, but it is a scientific process. Okay, a scientific process where by touching this point, you are activating a particular marma meridian point regularly. And there are many benefits, especially in this particular point. There are so many benefits. Number one, it is the Tanmatra Mayam center, transformation center. Transformation, what transformations? 5 transformations. What are the transformations? Sound, heat and light, taste, smell, touch. All the nadis are connected. The tubes are connected here. So it's the center for that. So it's a control center for the 5 sensory organs. Okay. Number 1. Number 2, there is the Agna chakra is there. The chakra, because chakras are energy particles rotating, and then the nadis are going like this, they take the energy from there. So the chakra points. So it's a chakra there, Adhara chakra. We call Adhara chakras. So one of the Adhara chakra is here. Chakra reduces mental frequency. Number 1. This is also Sulmani Kundalini Shakti. The Kundalini energy comes through in here. It is a very, very subtler energy that works. This is the pathway, beginning of the pathway. Now, Kundalini, when it comes here, you are completely, the first beginning of enlightenment takes place, right? Here, this Kundalini. The next one is in the physical body, the pituitary gland, endocrine gland is also connected here. So endocrine gland is the master gland. All other gland is controlled by, if any medicine is given, so for example, women have periods, and the doctor gives the medicine that affects the pituitary gland only. Right? That will fix the period because this is the master gland. So you have 4 different functions just by touching this point regularly. Right? And it's not only in other religions also this is there. But the science is given in the Siddha tradition. Why we touch this point?
If you move forward, so Andy is asking further. So how do you shield your energetic field from tamasic people as a student of Siddha, or how do I deal with bullying and violence? Is it normal for Siddhas to be angry at injustices in the world? So he has been bullied by people.
Right.
Should he be angry at them?
Yeah. See, I will tell you something. Okay. Andy, I used to be in a college when I was, after my, after my schooling, I went to a government college. It is known for bullying. So they beat brutally in that place. They beat them. People, you come with bleeding and all. Such a very, the reason why I joined that in that particular college without going other places is that I had a guru next to me. I can go and meet him. Mentoring, right? So what I did was the following. I was never beaten. Lot of people, my friends, they all get beaten up and everything. I learned one technique. That's called the kapu. This kapu is the kanda sisti, like the kanda kapu. This kanda kapu is that you can put a ring around you. It's a ring. It's a virtual ring, but it looks like a virtual ring, but that ring becomes real. And it's a golden ring that you can put around you like a fence. And be strong in that, and your mind don't get even a little bit of fear, and put that ring around you. People cannot enter that ring, no matter what. You can go sharp like fire. Right? So this is all possible. You don't have to, think about, outside incident happen because of the inside. Our inside only triggers other things. So you need to calm down, cool down, and keep your mind in that, like the truth, like Gandhi and all, he's not scared because he knows what the truth is. Fear should not be there. If this is the truth, don't have fear. Nothing will happen. Bullet will come and it'll go across you. It will not touch you. That's the power of this. Bombs will blast, but you will be protected. You will be under a chair or roof or something. Divine will protect you. Yeah.
That is such a good thing to know. Such a good thing to know. Anybody else has any question? Otherwise, I'm going to ask is, do you have any patient that you thought was very, very difficult to help, but still you could fix him, or he could get
So yeah, well,
healed? Or
I have a patient who's very tricky. He's going to different things because for him to believe this is like taking a longer time. But when he does this, he has the benefit, but he does additional things that affect him. And I cannot like tell him like completely get rid of that. We know where it is taking place. So, I have challenge. These challenges are there, right? But in those patients, what I'm doing is his transformation can be delayed, but eventually he has come. Finally, he has come up with, okay, I'm going to surrender to your thing. Right? That's not my goal, but I'm saying the Siddha traditions are so powerful. We have answers, many answers for things that are not solved by, because if they solve that, it's fine. But they haven't solved, they couldn't solve, it's getting worsen, right? So, and they are critical, they can die tomorrow or day after tomorrow, right? So during that situation, we wanted to really help them with whatever is available, right? This is the tradition, yes.
and Dr. Shan, you teach courses and you do workshops. So do you have some workshop? I know the next weekend. Do you have a workshop next weekend, right? You have a dental workshop next weekend?
Yes, I have a dental workshop next weekend. I think it's on Saturday, right? 10 a.m. 10, yeah. Same time.
Sunday, right? Sunday.
Sunday 10 a.m., right?
And
10
what
a.m. is
what
Saturday.
would
Yeah.
people learn in the dental workshop?
The dental workshop, you learn, first of all, you will learn how to prevent, dental problems. Number one, preventive methods. Because as you get old, you'll get a lot of complications and then you have to pull out. All the tooth that you're pulling out is not a solution. Think about it. Who would remove an organ? A removal of an organ is not a what you call achievement, right? It's something, it's not a finding. Removing is because it's like this. You have people giving trouble in one country. They are doing all kind of things, terrorism. Okay, then, okay, what's the best solution? Go there and kill them. Is that a solution? So that is not a solution because, they'll keep emerging. So you educate them and teach them the good things. If you change the education system, they will change. And then it's a slower process, but that is the real solution. But removing is not a solution. So if you look at all the things that we are doing in the modern way is to remove things. Okay, when something is not good, you remove that. You remove your, the uterus, you'll be fine. Because you don't have a solution, you are removing, right? But removing a tooth is connected to many nadis. Every tooth is connected to many organs in our body. So as you remove the tooth, your organ also get damaged. It'll be an effect. So the best thing that you can do is to prevent, first of all, avoid things that, I'll give you solutions to avoid what you need to do, to prevent problems. Then if you have a problem, how do you take alternative treatment protocols that every day you practice such that, you will not have that pain. So pain management also I'll be teaching, right? And all bigger problems can be solved. Many big problems that we think are not big. It is made up as big. That's what is true. Because it is a business running, no? You have a business. Yeah.
So I would suggest if anybody wants to know more about these things that Dr. Shan teaches, please join his community and you will be up to date on what is going on.
I
And
sent a
and
link
there's
in the
plenty of
community.
free meditation sessions, free webinars that you can attend. You can pick and choose in
Yeah.
future.
I share here. You can share that, you can join that group and you will be automatically, you can attend my meditations through this group. We'll announce in that group. This is a WhatsApp group. I know some people may not like so much of WhatsApp and things like that. But this is only for, these WhatsApp groups are only to inform you. We can add you later once you enter there, we can add you in the newsletter. You can be in the newsletter, and then if you want to come out of it, it's okay. Some people, yeah.
There's another question. What is the best advice, Dr. Shan, for business owners like Steve Jobs, where they are always busy and have to deal with a ton of workers without withdrawing from the world like a sannyasi? How can they become siddhas in their work? I too am a student of Siddha, but I worked as a business assistant and the work is very intense. How should a Siddha business owner deal with difficult workers, like whether or not fire a worker just because of underperformance and when? It's a very, very, very,
Yeah. Well, let
it's a
me,
lovely question.
yeah.
Business and Siddha, right?
So let me tell you something. So any rule, this is the one rule. This one golden rule, if you're following, right? Actually, this could be a topic, one golden rule. The golden rule is affecting the self or others, present or in the future, physically or mentally, in the names of business, politics, medicine, you name it, right? That is called, that is against the Dharma. So it is against it is a non-violence. If you are hurting yourself or others, presently or in the future, it looks like sometimes you are doing good for you today, but future, it is a problem, like a medicine, right? You're eating that medicine, this is good, but tomorrow it will damage you. That is against the principle of things. So like that, if you take this definition and put it for business, apply it to business, what kind of business you should have? That business that you're doing should be not affecting the self or others in the present or in the future, physically or mentally. Is that business? If you bring that business into that and do it, then you will have a very, very blissful business. You will enjoy. Business becomes a meditation, right? So that is the principle you need to follow. So there is no, the aim of business should be, anything should be, you are evolving into consciousness by supplying people. Business is a service where you can supply people what is needed. So business takes you there to serve more people, and you will enjoy that bliss from those people, instead of getting the karma by giving the wrong product, and they get all kind of eye problem, this problem, and you just make money. Then you will have only karma. If your aim should not be on the money, aim should be on the subject that you are selling, what the purest form of thing, but out of that you getting money, it's a good karma. Otherwise you'll have bad karma.
So, Dr. Shan, we're coming to the top of an hour. Just one last question. So I want to paint a scenario. Somebody has stage 4 cancer. It could be because of whatever. I mean, because in the heart, and in the prostate, and or in the mammary gland, etc. Can Siddha tradition or the Murma technique, or you have Vastu, I mean, you have so many other techniques that you know, can those provide sort of a ray of hope to those people suffering from that advanced stage of cancer?
So if you look at why did they went to stage 4, because of the programming. So you have a software, right? We have a software, physical body and mind is the software. So most of the disease is in the software. How did they get the disease? Because software, slowly you are getting information. Somebody says, oh, this kind of problem, when they were in stage 1, they will tell this, and they come up with something. And then, you get ideas, other people, emotions, they watch videos, everything take them to different levels, right? So mostly information only is important. If somebody has a real cancer, but they did not believe, this is what Siddha says, epigenetics, Siddha epigenetics. If they did not believe it, it will not affect them. And they can overcome. But somebody doesn't have a cancer, if there's a small dot and they started to believe that the dot is a cancer, they can turn that into cancer. So the mind is the very important number one. So that's why I do a 4 kind of detox. In my methods, I use a physical, the colon detox, blood detox, organ detox, and mental detox. The mental detox is the deeper, and that is only will give the solution mainly. So without changing the causal body, just by changing the astral body by chemotherapy or removing the organ, etc., again and again, the thing will manifest because it's in the program. So cleaning the program only takes, that's why we do a coaching session with them, travel with them. My success is like, because I'm traveling with them, they need the mentorship. Otherwise, they go down. Somebody else will, try to reprogram them. Right? So that is the main thing. We can reverse if they're like, we have to bring them into a good environment. I take their, if there is a kid, they will tell the parents. If there is a husband, wife, I will tell the partners, because, relationship is very important. Their contributions are very important. I tell them, how do you maintain this positivity with them? So there's a training just needed for the whole family in those cases.
Great. Yeah. Well, you shared a lot of good knowledge today, Dr. Shan. I think we have almost completed an hour. Unless somebody has a small question, I think we can wrap it up. But thank you so much. And I think I just want to remind people who have signed up for the class. And in fact, if somebody wanted to attend your class, this is the introductory Marma healing class that he's teaching. And this tomorrow is the last session, it'll be 2 hours long. And the previous sessions have been recorded. So if somebody wants, they can still register, join that class tomorrow, and they'll get access to the other previous 2 classes that you can listen to. And actually, tomorrow's will be recorded as well, and then later on, all the 3 will be available as a complete set for the introductory Marma class. So, and there's a question about recording. Yes, the recording will be available and will be sent to all the participants.
Yeah.
Well, please join the community. If you want the recording, everybody in the community will get the recording automatically because it is shared. So please, if you want the recording, please join the community. And the community link is in the chat. So please join the community.
Yeah.
I know some of you are there in the community, but others, please join the community. Great. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Dr. Shan.
Thank you all.
For giving us a
Thank
small
you,
piece
Dr.
of a
Shan.
knowledge.